Hello to all you Virgos. This is your monthly horoscope for Virgo for February of 2021. Two big things are happening. A traffic jam in Aquarius with your ruler going backwards there, and on the other hand, the Saturn-Uranus square. So let's talk about this. First of all, the traffic jam. A lot of planets in your sixth house, which is the Virgo house, in Aquarius. It's not only Saturn and Jupiter who are there. I talked about it last month in January. But it's also the Sun and Venus and Mercury, so your ruler going backwards and forwards, and also a new moon on the 11th, so some sort of a new beginning there in that sixth house. Now, this is really your cup of tea because the sixth house is the house of your day, the things that you do in a routine, the day-to-day stuff that you do, the brushing of the teeth, eating 3 meals a day, doing your work and so on. So the things that you repeatedly do and how your daily life looks like in general. That's the sixth house. It's your day-to-day work. It's the day-to-day routines. It's also your health. It's also small animals. These are the three big things you could say of the sixth house. A lot of emphasis there. So a lot of you will buy a pet around that time. I mean, I've seen it lots of times. But let's talk a little bit about other stuff as well, which is like health and work. There could be a new job. There could be a new health regime that you're gonna do. It's all good to start that around and about the new moon or after it, like after the 11th of February, because then the energies are about, fresh and new. So a lot of you who want to change jobs, this is a good month. Why? Because Venus is there and it's going to cross over Jupiter as well. And with the Mercury there as well, there's absolutely possibility for a new job if you want that. And this is benefic energy, Jupiter with Venus, and even the Mercury retrograde going backwards and forwards suggests that you are reassessing something that considers like pets, your health and your work. Let's stick to work now for a moment. You can reassess your work. It's a good time. And Mercury goes direct again on the 22nd of February. So if you want to sign contracts that consider work, do it after that time. Of course, if you really need to sign on the 10th of February, do it. I mean, you're not going to die. But it just simply means that you probably will have to fine-tune things later on, which is also fine, right? We Virgos, I say we, I'm a Virgo too, Sun in Virgo, and lots of other planets in Virgo. We can deal with it, right? So, but definitely a busy month for you, and also a month where you can find a lot of purpose and meaning in your work because of the Venus, because of Jupiter, because of the changes that you are making there. So very nice indeed. But of course, Saturn is there as well. So that means that you will have to do things by the rules. You will have to have the discipline, but you're not afraid of that, right? Normally someone with strong Virgo can deal with that quite well. So that's the first thing here. But the other thing is the Saturn-Uranus square. There are 3 times when they are going to be exact: on the 17th of February, in June the 2nd time, and in December the 3rd time. So this is the first time at 7 degrees of Taurus, 7 degrees of Aquarius, that you're going to have that clash. Now, this clash for you in particular, Virgos, is not that bad. Why is it? Because Uranus is trining your, it is in Taurus, a fellow earth sign. So it's very much life-changing for the fixed signs. You're not a fixed sign. So yes, there are going to be some changes there, but it's not that dramatic, right? Because Uranus squaring up to Saturn is really a war between the old and the new. And ultimately, it's Uranus that wins because Uranus is further away than Saturn. So Saturn can delay it, can slow it down, can make it a bit more anxious there to go for the changes. But ultimately, Uranus is going to change things. Well, Uranus is not going to do anything. It's a reflection. But Uranus is about change for sure. So in a nutshell, you know, we Virgos, we don't like those elaborate, we like to get to the core, right? What is Saturn Uranus all about? It's about change, but slow change. It's about change with a bit of resistance. It's about change, but not in a peak. And it's about change, but step by step. And actually, Virgos like that. Virgos do like that because they know that step by step, they're getting there. They have a plan, right? So, so this is for every individual so different, this Uranus-Saturn square, what I'm trying to say here. But what is trying to change for you? It's your ninth house. You're having Uranus in the ninth house. So this is where the universe says, look, Virgo, you gotta have some changes here. You gotta have some breakthroughs here. And the ninth house is a very open house. It's a house about the mind, the higher mind. It's about learning. It's about teaching. It's a spiritual house. It's a house of travel. It's the house of different cultures. It's the house of your perspective. So Uranus here is showing you, come on, be a bit broad thinking, to say the least, but in a practical way because it's in Taurus. And you're going to like that. So that's what Uranus wants to do when it comes to the change that I'm talking about. You see, this is not life-changing like you're getting a divorce or you're getting married or you're getting a new job and it totally shifts your whole life. No, it's about the perspective. There needs to be some more, you know, how would I say, open perspective when it comes to life. And that's going to help you in your growth. And when you're open for that, it's fantastic, right? But as I said, this clashes a little bit with the sixth house. So this new perspective that you have could clash with the state that you are in now. Maybe you're dreaming about, or you're thinking about, yeah, I want to have my own business, or I want to have a YouTube channel, or I don't know what, you know, the ninth house is very broad. Your clientele goes very broad, international, but maybe you're just working a 9-to-5 job in a corporate company. So that is clashing, slowing you down, but ultimately you will get there. But the thing is, again, to do it step by step. So you can have two kind of Virgos. You can have what most Virgos are, because it's an earth sign, they are gentle, they are cautious, they could choose for the Saturnal energy, like, oh no, I'm not going to change too much. For those, I have the advice of be open for Uranus. Don't resist Uranus, you know. It's going to knock on the door very hard if you're doing that. So if you are seeing in your environment that things are really those alternatives of this opening up of your mindset. Maybe you have thought your whole life that you had to do a lot of effort to be successful. Maybe that's now a bit on the line and Uranus is saying, what about doing less effort? Maybe you're going to be more successful than that. You know, it's all about that. The changes on your mind. It's a mind house. And so be a bit more open for that. Little steps, but be a bit more open. If you're a Virgo like me, you know, with a moon in Aries, so yes, a Virgo is very cautious and so on. But if you have like me, like a bit of fire in your chart and a bit of a go-getter mentality, then I say the opposite, right? Slow down a little bit. You don't have to throw everything overboard like, for instance, let's say I would be working here in the corporate world and I was having a Saturn-Uranus transit, by the way, in an opposition. When this was happening in 2008, 2009, it was a bit the same energy, the clash between Saturn and Uranus. And what I want to say is that when you have that mentality of you go for the Uranus, you have to slow down a little bit because you have to be in pace with the divine and not going too fast, because we've got a whole year to adjust. So let's say you have indeed that that job, that 9 to 5 job that pays the bills, but you've got bigger dreams there, the ninth house, you want to do something with maybe studying, maybe with teaching and whatnot, it's going to come. But don't throw away that. I would not suggest with, you know, if you have the mentality like me a little bit, like throwing it all away, what Uranus wants to do. Slow it down, do your work step by step to go towards like that teaching, for instance, that example that I'm giving here, so that you can diminish one day that other job for the new job. So, but do it with step by step as a process. That's basically it. So this is very, very interesting energy. The same for your health. So there could be some things that you've got some opportunities now to improve your health with the Jupiter, with the Venus, and so on. But there's definitely also Saturn there. So there could be some things that slow you down a little bit. Respect it. Do a bit of both, right? Do a bit of exercises. Don't overdo it, right? Don't do 3 hours fitness a day. Do like maybe half an hour 3 times a week. You see a bit of the balance. So Saturn squaring up to Uranus is one of my favorite aspects because it definitely shows changes, but in a slow pace. And I kind of like that. Anyway, having said that, you, dear Virgos, fellow Virgos, have a very good month. And I didn't say anything about relationships, didn't I? No, and it's February. It's Valentine. I know. I find it so commercial. But anyway, what is there when it comes to relationships? When you are single, you could meet someone through work with Venus there, Jupiter there. Or you could have fun at work. When you are in a relationship, do something that you both like, but that has to do with your day-to-day life. Maybe going to the fitness, both of you. It could be quite romantic there. Anyway, there's nothing really standing out when it comes to relationships. It's more of, I would say, more of a work and health kind of month for you. So if you want to improve those two things, it's on. Having said that, thank you so much for watching and see you next month. Bye-bye.